Hello everyone, I'm Silverraptor and welcome to another Wargame Red Dragon replay commentary video that I have for you today. Now, on this map that I'm going to be playing at is going to be a 10v10 tactical map. Now, what is a 10v10 tactical map, some of you may ask? Well, some servers that people have set up that host 10v10s, they set on the lowest amount of points and the lowest amount of income divided amongst 10 players. So everyone only gets like a fraction amount of points to be able to spend on troops, and they only get like a few troops to control at a time. It's an interesting kind of game play. I usually you have to do a lot of micro, which I think I've confessed in previous videos. I really like that kind of thing. So I will occasionally just tip into tactical games and then just play micro a few units, try to do the best to outfox them everything, and hope for the best. But as 10v10, nothing's decided at the start. It's really got to play and see how the battle unfolds from there. Now, normally, I wouldn't have considered ever putting a tactical replay game for any of you guys because, as you probably guess, with low points and low income, there's not a lot of action that goes on throughout this game, and, or tacticals in general. And I do not want to bore you, the audience, with a game that requires a lot of micro and movement, but not a lot of stuff dying. Because let's face it, you're all here for the explosions and the casualties. But in this game, I really enjoyed because of particular amounts of micro that I did, and it results in lots and lots of enemy stuff dying. I hope you guys would enjoy as I do start this game up start. Now, as you can see, I'm playing the red team yet again. Over here, see, this is the kind of problem. See, in Wargame, everyone has to have a command vehicle as the start, and that's 100 points. So here's my 100 points in a URL command vehicle, and I have a fob here, and this is going to take place quite soon because this is my only actual offensive unit. It's sitting here in the shade. It is the Ondava artillery piece. Now, this Ondava Radek, as the name says down there below, Ondava, they're really good artillery pieces. They're fast off-road, very accurate, have a number of good shells, and pretty decent accuracy timing time in order to be able to lock on and fire their shells. Now, given the fact that it's a low points game, like I said, this is the only unit I have at the start of the game. So I am literally going to be providing the lone artillery support for the rest of my team, which have CV scattered about here and there. We've got Tunguska and a T-80B with some recon going over here onto the right to try to secure Fedor. We've got some T-62 MV1s. We've got some man pads and some ATGM squads and some recon that's going to go down into this town here. As you can see, these are all multiple. Well, actually, Sakura's got a lot of cheap stuff going on. Larry's got that there. We've got a rocket artillery piece, and we've got a KA-52 and a KA-50 Akula that's going to be going around everywhere. And you may have noticed that none of our allies are actually going to be going down this road, so there's not a whole lot going towards Anna to try to secure that. So this will definitely be an interesting game, as I will start it. I will put this on a little faster speed, times 3, times 4. I will alternate back and forth depending upon action levels, because the things about tactical, which is again why I haven't done tactical before, is that there are parts in the game where not a lot of action takes place. Now here at the start, this PHL is firing some rocket artillery down here, cluster munition to try to target everything. Attack of squad is revealed, but the Akula gets under attack by the Avengers, so he has to take off. But Ralik, my Ondava, spotting that Tacom squad, lands with 7 HE round shells right on top of where it reside, and kills one command vehicle at the very start of the game. So this Ondava as it nearly paid for itself at the start. Now, given that this is still blue, that means that there is another command vehicle hiding somewhere, and we killed the tackle squad. This is usually the most common place people hide on these types of maps. Now, there's two other places. One here, which is very unlikely because it's pretty close to this village here. Or here, because these small trees are not as well known to everyone. And given the fact that it decapped, and that 100 points just showed up, Radek here, just killed another command vehicle. So that gives me an automatic 200 points lead. Where is it? Right here. And it's just going to be, this is going to be the Radek show. Because this guy, I'm going to say, performs outstandingly well throughout the entirety of this map. Now, they're all complaining that they're the CV. And it's not like there's any short of CV, because everyone has one. We've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 CVs at Elena. We've got 2 CVs here at Fedor. And we even got one who's just chilling here, being useless as all hell. But seeing that, I knew that a UAZ is easier to spot than an infantry unit, so I actually brought this truck back, which I was using as kind of like a forward scout, because it's 5 points, this truck here, and if any infantry showed up, it would give us a little bit of head start. So I loaded up my command vehicle into this URAL, and I'm going to, there he goes, going to send him all the way back to the front, and drop off my command vehicle, I think somewhere around here, to provide a little extra security and double up on this sector and CV, so in case they kill one, they can't kill the other. And this is actually a great time to do this, because there's another command vehicle in here. Because when this drops off, as you will see, I do move it, and I make it obvious that I'm moving it out of the way. I'm trying to make it so that they can't actually guess where the command infantry are going to hide, especially with this truck, and with the fact this sector is already capped red. The enemy isn't like clued in that my command vehicle's on the move, because the thing doesn't change color at all. It's little tricks like that that players who've played this game a while look for, but for those of you who are new to Wargame Red Dragon, I don't know if anything I said makes sense to you, but that's how the game is sort of played. Now, the enemy has invested a lot in planes, and seeing that, Claw has brought in its Su-27M, which is an anti-tank, anti-air fighter, so it's 200 points, so it costs a lot, but it was definitely going to help us out. And now this is where having nothing in Anna is biting us in the butt, because they have all of Anna. And now I dropped a recon squad here into this forest. I do like these Pruzkaminci. I know I butchered that terribly. I do apologize to the Czech people who might be watching this. I do like these recon squad because they come with a sniper rifle, very accurate, and so any infantry that pop, they'll be shooting at them and keeping them at bay, like these Highlanders, and provide line of sight for these Ka-50 Akulas. Now over here on the right are some Abrams and some Stingers, which my Ondava sniped with a few shells there. And my allies are basically trying to deal with this right side. Nice kill from Claw with this Su-27M. And the PHL is now providing cluster munition over on this area here again as well. My recon squad, I'm just going to call that so I don't offend any more Czechs watching this video. My recon squad is going to come to this forest line, and just any infantry that reveal themselves, they're just going to snipe with their Dragunov sniper rifle. Now, these Spetsnaz are able to chase these Highlanders, but when they come into Bisons, they have to back off, because Spetsnaz don't really have any anti-vehicle weapons. But these recon squad with their sniper rifle are going to be picking off these Canadian riflemen and hopefully tell them to back off, because this recon squad is going to keep poking you down. Alligator is going to be moving his Ka-50 Akula to try to go and defend, but at the same time, I have my Ondava drop a shell here. Should be opening up, I think, rather soon, but I'm just trying to... I was trying to save the Spetsnaz squad, but unfortunately it did die. The Ondava is firing now. So where is Radek going? Oh, Because everyone's saying, AA artilleries, drop shells here. That's exactly what he's going to do. But Princess Celestia is moving his AA squads out of the way, seeing that there's artillery coming down on top of him. The enemy is dropping some cheap intruders, which are getting away, unfortunately. My Ondava, did my Ondava drop the shell? Well, something created this huge crater here in the middle of the field, as more napalm artillery is landing onto this forest tree line to basically panic up and stun up the enemy. So all of our focus is on the right, with a few of us coming to the left here. My sniper squad is again causing havoc on this Stinger C squad. All of that sniper rifle hit, that would have been a glorious kill. VDV 90 and Dangshi against Canadian riflemen. It's not going to work out for the Canadian riflemen, especially with Spetsnaz backing up from Larry D. So Spetsnaz with regular infantry work very well together, because the regular infantry can take out the APCs, whereas the Spetsnaz just kill everything infantry. So that's going to be a really good push. And seeing that there's a lot of forces around here, I begin providing some artillery support with my Ondava. And just the shells landing close by can help not only soften up, but just panic and stun the enemy as the shells just land on target. Some JFDF Rangers appear, but the K-52 spots for them, and the Mi-ATV takes them out. Ooh, what's this here? So there's a enemy helicopter that was spotted briefly here. I am pretty sure that my allies are going to be able to spot that soon. Let's watch it. Oh yeah, they see him all right. Sneaky, sneaky. So this is the Huey that was the Huey that dropped off those JSDF Rangers. So that got shot down quite quick. And I bring in a Strop 2, probably to take out that Huey, but seeing that it's too late, I'm going to probably use it for elsewhere. And the Strop 2 is a pretty good infrared AA unit that doesn't use any radar, with a pretty good gun and some Igla missiles. It can definitely shoot any helicopter out. And oh yeah, at this part, so with my Ondava, I saw that there was a Stinger squad heading here, and I fired one round and killed it on the first shot. Now I saw this Reese squad that's headed into this, and based on their trajectory and location, I fire again. One round. I suspect it could be right here, and the one round does kill the two-man squad perfectly on target, and I like to celebrate it with got it, one shot. So definitely my Ondava is doing pretty good. He's already been promoted twice. He is now from trained to veteran. And each veterancy, his dispersion rate, which is already pretty small, is getting tighter and tighter. So at elite, he's basically right on exact target wherever I click. And that's definitely going to be beneficial throughout this match. Now I see that the CV is here, and now I am just waiting, and I do suspect it's this forest. And so my Ondava already fires his shell at that location. Incoming artillery shell. One shot, one kill. So this Ondava is turned into basically the sniper artillery piece of the map, just providing tactical sniping location and just taking out a target wherever they might possibly be. Now, it looked like there was some enemy infantry here, as some rocket pods landed and everything. Longbow comes and finds where the CV was, but because my infantry squad was here, it kept us in control of Dimitri. So my foresight to double up on CVs actually paid off quite well. Now at this point, my allies realize I am a damn good artillery person, and they're now starting to ask for my artillery. They're basically popping flares and saying, hey, could you artillery this? This is annoying. And I'm like, yeah, sure, I can kill stuff. So Radek is now promoted to elite for stat max rank, so he is perfectly on target every shot. I brought up an Mi-2 URS to probably shoot down the longbow, but it got taken out by an AA piece here onto this forest. I'm moving this Strop 2 over to this tree line because I want to provide a little bit of protection for the CV, because he is exposed and any enemy infantry that came forward would have died. And I saw 20 points, so I killed another AA piece right about there. And I see that there's also some javelins, so As predictable, Radek is now going to begin opening up on those javelins, which have already moved out of the way, so that was definitely a good call for them. Some Delta's force was trying to go and take out my CV, but the Strop 2, with its really fast-firing gun, which is meant for aircraft, just rips them apart. And knowing that the Delta Force did see my command infantry, I quickly move them out of the way into a forest, so in case they have any artillery, they will be off by a little bit if they want to try to kill it. So this is definitely taking a lot of micro. As you can see, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4 units that I can move if you were counting CVs. And my FOB is a little more than half of supply. It's been keeping this Ondava filled with artillery shells and a little bit of gas. I like to micro around my Ondava a little bit to make sure that the enemy doesn't have any counter artillery, because then again, this is my only real unit that I've been using to contribute to this fight. So some artillery's coming in, but I don't think that was my Ondava. Oh, it's a high-power mortar piece, so that actually has a lot of range than I saw it. Su-27M tries to give the business to enemy AA, encounters enemy aircraft, but manages to get out of there. Conquer's M Squad goes forward, beautifully hits a Chaparral. That's an expensive piece that they did not want to lose. And takes out a nice Grizzly. I don't know if that Grizzly was actually loaded or not. And some Spetsnaz crews with their sniper rifle basically tell another recon enemy squad to back off. So we're starting to scrape together this game slowly. We're starting to slowly push back and secure Anna after having almost no presence at the start. We are beginning to move our allies have Spetsnaz GRU. They're basically pushing forward and just cleaning up Anna and everything. This tree line has been completely secured. We've got a Kula and some Conquer Zems. And I am bringing an artillery squad against some kind of infantry here, which is no longer alive. Seeing this shelled, I expected that the infantry, probably that recon squad that the GRU chased off, I thought they were here, but when I didn't hit anything, I knew they moved them over to the end of the tree line, which is here. So, just got to keep predicting where the enemy's going to be as my Ondava keeps moving around. The Su-24M brings a bombing run but gets taken out by Block and Raphael, but those are expensive anti-aircraft or air superiority fighters, and those are only good against air. So spending that much on a pure air superiority fighter is not all that worthwhile in a tactical game. In tactical, you need to go all about multi-role aircraft and multi-role units. One unit that can accomplish multiple things is definitely more beneficial in this kind of map where points is everything. Or having a unit that just does things very, very well, like this Ondava that I brought in at the start. So my recon squad comes forward, spotting for these Highlanders, and basically telling my allies that, hey, look, there's units here to kill. As I told my Ondava to start artillerying this village complex, as everyone brings the fire down on these Highlanders. And it just took my recon squad to kick the door open and let them know everyone to show up. So my ally is dropping smoke. I don't know if my Ondava is dropping smoke, but all this smoke is now covering this entire forest, this entire village, as we try to completely secure it. And at this point, looking at this, I realized that it looks like there's all the anti-smoking laws does not apply to this town, and everyone's having a nice good old time wicking out a cigarette and having a nice good old smoke around that town. As everyone's hacking and coughing in that village. Not good for your health. Another bombing run by the enemy. One of those planes does get taken down by a interceptor. And the interceptor did manage to get away because I didn't see any burning, smoking trail falling from the sky. Fear Not liked my smoking comment, so you're welcome. Mirage comes in for a bombing run, and we don't seem to have really any AA to stop them. So, and then a Fighting Falcon with his two 1,000 kilogram bombs. Or, no, that was a different Fighting Falcon that I was thinking of that just dropped cluster munition. I'm moving up my Strop 2 because I realized, hey, look, recon and anti-tank squad here. They have this forest, so I can bring up some AA and provide them anti-helicopter support. And as you can see, my allies are completely overwhelming force here on the right side. This Akula has done a massively good job. The second Akula has also done really well, so kudos to Alligator and LL08 for locking down this area, and Radek for just basically killing everything that wasn't moving, and some things that were. A Stinger Sea opens up. Oh no! Shoots down one of those expensive Akulas. Oh, well, we need revenge. Is Radek going to target it soon? I don't know if I saw that. Oh yeah, one of the enemy planes landed, crashed, and hit my CV squad, as you only have 2-man squad. As you can see, it literally landed right down on top of them, and the explosion killed 3 of the 5-man squad. So that was a lucky hit from the aircraft. So yes, downed aircraft do damage wherever they hit, if there's anything still alive. And fear not, playing into the with the amusing comments. Now the enemy's desperate for points. They're bringing in Sabres. Now Sabres, being one of the first jet aircraft, first air seen by the Korean War, they are just basically dropping rocket pods on this tree line, hoping to damage the enemy, but being so cheap, they don't really have any ECM, and these Eagle missiles are definitely going to be able to take them out, as well as these aircraft too. So at this point, we have way too much air superiority. Although, ooh, a Raphael goes down. That's gotta hurt. So, the enemy only has aircraft at this point, and I think my team is starting to realize if all these points are invested into aircraft, there's literally very little on the ground. And so, thus begins the peppering. Is Radek opening up? Yes, he is. Of firing blindly into this huge village and trying to take it out. As he starts smoking off this area to help provide a good clean path for the Spetsnaz and the Spetsnaz GRU. So we're basically expanding the allow smoking into a village, into this part of the village too. So everyone's smoking up and having a good old time, and MI4 is coming forward and got taken out by an ADATS. Now when I talk about multi-role vehicles, ADATS is definitely one of those things I'm talking about, able to shoot ground, helicopters, and aircraft. It's basically the anti-vehicle killer on the blue side. And fear not enough smoke. Yeah, as you can see, we're having a lot of fun with this game. I bring up a couple of new ones because I see that they still have a lot of planes that have not been shot down yet. And so having some very heavy-duty, dedicated anti-aircraft missiles to be able to shoot down what remaining aircraft that the enemy have will definitely help our goal in basically shooting down the last of their points and allow us to completely push forward. And it's also another unit that does its job very, very well. As I said, is quite important in these tactical games. Conquer Zam beautifully takes out an ADATS, which allows basically all vehicles to start moving forward. My Strop 2 has finally come to the end of this forest to be able to provide some anti-helicopter support. Mi-28 is going to be basically killing these Canadian riflemen once they get to interview like that, because he does have 4 HE power rocket pods, which is damn near impressive. My Ondava Radek is opening up again on these Canadian riflemen. Sabre comes forward, but gets taken out by my Nuas as I quickly micro them off, because I'm sure the enemy has some seed planes that are in their queue, in their hangar. As we basically light the whole half of their sector on fire. So this is not looking too good for them at the moment. All they have left are just an ADATS, some recon squad, and whatever else they can kind of scrounge together, and some recoilless rifle jeeps over here on the left, which we can kind of ignore. Now here's a Jaguar A seed plane, but once he turns his back to me, my Nuas open up and score direct hits and take down the seed plane, which means these Nuas don't really have to turn off the radar, but I didn't know if that was their only seed plane. But I'm now reviewing this replay. I'm pretty sure that was. My artillery is coming forward, looking for any command vehicle that might have been hiding. AT-ATs is fire beneath fire and manages to take out an expensive Mi-28. Su-27M takes out the AT-ATs, and then on this way out, he says, I'm just going to take out a recoilless rifle, even though the missile I'm using to shoot at the recoilless rifle is probably worth more than that recoilless rifle Jeep to begin with, but still a nice kill there. BMPT is trying to open up and take out any kind of vehicles. Su-25 gets shot down by, sounds like a Gepard, a Flak Panzer Gepard. Another recon squad here into this forest region, as we are basically just providing supporting fire and just surrounding and choking out the entire enemy forces. Nua took a shot, but that plane got away, unfortunately. I'm bringing in, Radek is opening up again onto this town and managed to get some kind of kill. I'm not entirely sure what. But it was 20 points, so probably another two-man squad, probably a Stinger. Here's a Mistral. So ZTZ goes up against the Leopard 2A1, but does not survive, but the Su-27M takes him out and gets away from whatever Gepard was there. I start opening up onto this forest region because I'm pretty sure that there was something there, and that was indeed a Flak Panzer Gepard, which St. Michael's Modestroki take out. And that was the last CV, which turns out, I think, to be a helicopter CV. You don't see too many of those because, well, those CVs can't really hide. So now that we've got Boris taken over, I actually turn on my Nuas because there's no more planes, and you might as well just have them on for the heck of it. So I'm going to speed this game up a little bit. So at this point, they have no more reinforcements, and the enemy has decided that they're going to play a little game of hide and seek. Now, the most common area would probably be this forest region. So I send this Mi-2 URS. It's a 50-point cheap helicopter, just basically basic anti-air that I have in this deck, and it has an autocannon. It's just basically looking for a CV, and it finds one. So I say I found it, kill it, and realizing it didn't end the game, I just said I found one of the CVs. So there's more CVs around. So they possibly could be in any of these forests, these villages, or anything. But they're most commonly here into this area, and there's a lot of AA here given the amount of missile fire at that one plane. So my Mi-2 URS is moving up, and I have an Mi-2RO. Now this is a 60-point recon helicopter, but it has exceptional optics. This allows me to try to find these pesky little CVs that try to hide, with, especially if they're infantry, which are especially hard to find given that they're very small and very good stealth. Now, seeing where all that AA came, I just start lobbing artillery shells in that general direction as everyone brings their bombs. And look, more units here. So Radek will probably be opening up at the new target area location soon. Got nice good kills there as more bombs come and lay waste. And my Mi-2RO with using the Akula to shoot at first is starting to begin to fly over and is just looking for any trace of a CV left. Just scouring every inch of it, and it looks like we are clear in this corner, but that presents a problem. It means they have another CV, and it could be that they have them in this village, this village, this village, this village, so I'm starting just to send recon infantry in all the locations, but it's also possible that they snuck a CV from Anna, and it's just kind of hiding it somewhere in this massive forest region here, and with 6 minutes to spare, they're basically just writing down the clock and making us play a massive game of hide and seek, which the game is now over, as Fear Not's Mi-2 revealed that. And with these bombs coming in, yep, that managed to finally take out the CV. So that was a tactical game. As you can see, it does require a lot of micro, and you got to be very aware of both the map and all of your troops on the field. But you don't get a lot of points in the game, so when you see a huge amount like this, nearly 12,000 points, it's only a 120-point loss. I think that's just like an Mi-2 and a couple other things. But This is a huge kill score. As you can see, it's more than anyone on the mat on my side, though Claude does get close. So he did a very good job as well. Let's look at the kill count. So Ondava Radek, command vehicle, Stinger, Stinger, Recon Squad, Onto Stinger, Recon Squad, command vehicle, Stinger, Recon Squad, Stinger, Recon Squad, CV, anti-tank ATGM, Stinger, command vehicle Stinger, uh, supply truck Stinger, and then my Strop 2 actually didn't actually kill any helicopters, but killed an infantry squad, and my newest took out a few planes, and my Mi-2 URS took out the command vehicle at the end. But this is definitely going to be the Radek show. Was this video with my Ondava just basically killing everything, every 2-man and command vehicle on command infantry on the map. So very well done, Radek, for such precise artillery. And I do hope you guys enjoyed this tactical war game. Please do like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and you would like to witness other war game content in the future. And I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you and goodbye.